Cox Music presents free videos for solo fingerstyle guitar. I'll use this format to show you the chords I'm using in the arrangement. Hi, Bob Cox here. Welcome to this edition of free videos for solo fingerstyle guitar. You just saw me play my arrangement of Unchained melody, and so now I'm going to break it down for you. I kind of feel a little bit like a Sam Phillips today with my Sun Records hat on. But anyways, here we go. The song's in the key of E. the way I've arranged it. It's pretty simple song, actually, not a lot of chords. I'm using a couple, maybe several chord voicings with some open strings in it to try to give it a kind of a spacey feel. But anyways, what you want to do is take this video as a framework or a skeleton, and if it helps you play it in the same key, that's fine. You can try to play it just like me, but I'd recommend that you fool around with it, edit it a little bit, and let your personality shine through it, so it'll sound like you. Okay, well, first of all, I started it with the bridge, and the bridge is an A chord to a B chord to an E chord. So I went A. It's a regular old-fashioned A chord. Then I moved that up 2 frets to B, to a triad B, but I still kept the A bass. Okay, so I'm pedaling against this A bass note. Then back to A, and I just kept it barred. Okay, and then I went to a G add 9. And I'm just holding this finger down on the G note and then playing strings 4, 3, and 2. So it's A, B over A if you want to call it that, back to A, G with the add 9, and then taking that A note away. And then A, and then a B7 here, and then I think I did that. Sometimes I do that, just a little open string, got an E flat, then a C sharp here, open B, then I come down here to the A note, pull off to the G sharp, and play the E on the 4th string 2nd fret. Then I guess I came across to the E, to a B, and then another E. So I'm just outlining a little run that fits over E. I think I stopped on the B note. So all that again would be A to the B, A, G add 9, A, this B7. That's half the bridge, then it repeats. And I think the bridge is a good place to slow down and play a little bit rubato, meaning literally robbed of tempo. But you can get a little bit more expression by slowing down, especially playing solo guitar, and then bring it back. And I did something like that, I think. I'd have to go back and look. But this is just string 6, 3, and 1. Let's see, what did I do? Okay, I started here and played 6th intervals, meaning the 2 notes are 6 letters apart. And so on, just coming down the E scale. You could put whatever fill in there you want, and that's what you probably should do, is put your own fill in, because at different times I'll play different fills. So one more time on the bridge again from the get-go. A to B, A, G add 9, A, B7, second half, A, B over A, G add 9, A, B, and then, and you can put whatever fill you want in there. Okay, I took a short break, changed my shirt, and now we're going to take a look at the verse. The first 4 chords in the verse are E, C sharp minor, an A, and a B7. And I'm going to play, or I did play, some voicings that have some open strings in them to kind of give it a light, airy feeling. So how I started the melody was like this. I played an E add 9, and all I'm holding there is the G sharp on the 3rd string 1st fret and the F sharp on the 4th string 4th fret. And then pinching 6 and 1 open, and then come inside and pluck strings 2 and 3 and 2, 3 and 4. Or I might have went and arpeggiated those last 3 notes, meaning just playing them 1 note at a time. Then a single note on the 2nd fret 1st string, which is F sharp. And of course we have the chord grids here to show you how they go. Now the C sharp minor. Now the C sharp minor is very much like the E add 9 that we just played. We still have the G sharp down here on the 3rd string 1st fret, but now we've moved our pinky over to the C sharp on the 5th string 4th fret. That's the root. Sometimes I only use those 3 notes. The 5th string, the 3rd string with the G sharp, the 2nd and 1st strings are open. Sometimes I add this E note on the 4th string 2nd fret. Just depending on how I'm playing the chord at that time. So the 2 chords are the start, E add 9, C sharp minor 7, single note F sharp. Now, bar 4 strings here, and then this note's on G sharp on the 1st string, this note's on B on the 3rd string, both of these are on the 4th fret, and I pinch strings 5 and 1, then I come inside, and as I do, I move this pinky to the 2nd string 5, and I play that voicing. It's really an A add 9. I don't get too hung up on the names of these chords, just figure out the shape and listen to the sound, how they work with the melody, and you can always use your own chords or your own shapes. We could have went to see E, add 9, could play the C sharp here in the 4th position, the C sharp minor up here if you want, rather than this. I just liked the open string ringing a little bit. And then you could play the single note G sharp, and instead of doing this, you could play and then like an A sus2, and that would be a good variation. Play A sus2 one time, play the A add 9 another time. Now B7, just a little 4 strings of B7, then come up here and play this B7 for the melody. So that much again is E add 9, C sharp minor 7, A add 9, B7, B7, E add 9, C sharp minor, and that's G sharp minor 7 in the 4th position, again barring 4th fret, and then I'm playing the 6th fret on the 5th string. I'm sorry, and it's string 6, 5, 4, and 3 is what I'm playing, and then a B7. Couple single notes, 2nd half, E add 9, C sharp minor, A, and this time I'll play a sus for the fun of it. B7, B7 again, E add 9, C sharp minor in the 4th position, or it could have been here. See, they both work. Now we're going to play G sharp minor on the 4th fret, but our melody is a B note on the 7th fret. So I'm played the melody, pinched string 6 and 1, then came in and pinched strings 2, 3, and 4 at the 4th fret. That's part of that G sharp minor 7 actually. Now we're going to drop this bass 2 frets to a B and play those same 3 notes, but I'm going to grab them with my pinky. You could grab them with your ring. So we have this. Okay. So these 3 notes are part of G sharp minor 7, but they're also a B triad, a B. And then this was, F sharp was the 5th of the B chord. Here would be the root, right? And if you were doing Travis style, you might play something like, this is the root, that's the 5. But the bass was descending. See? And the chord stayed the same. So it just keeps the bass line moving down. Now the next part, the melody goes, I need your love. Well, the melody starts on an A on the 5th fret, but the chord's going to be an E. Now this is just a first inversion, what we might call a first inversion E chord, because the G sharp is on the bottom and on the top, and E is an E, a G sharp, and a B. But again, don't get too hung up on the theory. And what I'm doing is sing a couple single notes and then just outlining or arpeggiating the chord. And we're in the 4th position. All right, and I'll look at your grid, but that's an E chord. Single note, and then a B7, C sharp minor 7, G sharp minor again, single note A, single note here, B7, F sharp alone, B7. That's a verse. Second verse, let me just play it without saying too much, and we'll see what it looks like. B7, E, add 9, C sharp, E add 9, C sharp minor 7, A, I'll play a sus, and then, I'm sorry, the A sus, and then the C sharp's a melody note, B7, add 9, G sharp minor with the melody on 7. Now sometimes I'll play this. Instead of this, where I brought the bass down, I'll play the G sharp minor with the 7. And then just a little B7 chord here. This is an A7 shape, just moved up 2 frets and barred. And that's a variation. So it'd be and that's another way you can play it. Now our E, which was our arpeggiated, B7, C sharp minor, G sharp minor 7, A, couple single notes, B7, now when I'm going to end, if that was the last verse, I'd play this single note, then play C sharp minor 7 again, maybe an A sus2, B7, or this B7 perhaps, E, just repeating those. C sharp, A sus, B7, and then finally I think I hit an E sixth, which I'm borrowing 4 strings again. This is on G sharp on the 1st string 4th fret. This is on a B note on the 3rd string 4th fret. And with the A bass, the E bass, it's an E sixth. And I think when I played it, I went and I plucked strings 4, 3, and 1, but I hammered from this F sharp on the 2nd fret 1st string up to the 4th, like that. And then I didn't play the 2nd string, but you could. You can play it however you want, or you don't need the hammer. Like that. Okay? So we've done the bridge in the beginning. Now we did the verse, and the 2nd verse was basically the same as the first. For the most part. So let's say that I think we've covered it all now. It was rather quick, but it's not a tough song. All the chords are diatonic, meaning they belong to the key, with the exception of the G add 9 in the bridge. G add 9 is not a chord that belongs to the key of E. But the E is what we would call the 1 chord. It's built on the 1st tone of E. C sharp minor is built on the 6th tone of the E scale, and the 6th tone usually makes minor chords, so that's the 6th chord. The G sharp minor was the 3 chord, and G sharp's the 3rd step of E. 3rd step traditionally builds minor chords. The A was the 4th tone of E, so that's usually a major chord. And the B is the 5 chord in the key of E. B is the 5th of E. So we used the 1st chord, the 3rd chord, the 4th chord, the 5th chord, and the 6th chord. Not too bad. And then the G add 9 was from another place. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the arrangement. I hope you have fun playing with it. And if you just pick up maybe 1 or 2 things from each of these videos that will help you, you don't necessarily have to try to learn the whole arrangement. Maybe it's not even something you're interested in learning, but I would suggest that you take the time to look at each of the videos, and as we go through them, you may pick up a little tidbit that you can use and in your playing experience, and if you do, it'll be worth the time you spent watching a video. I mean, it's happened to me a lot over the years. Or I picked up a little tidbits by watching people. Maybe I didn't actually learn an entire arrangement, but I found something that I could use that was very helpful. So feel free to contact me and let me know how you like these videos. I'm having a lot of fun doing them. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at bobcoxandfriends.com. You can also email me at ballparktab.com. And if you get a chance, check out my website, bobcoxandfriends.com. Look at me on Twitter, Bob Cox Rocks. That's R-O-X, B-O-B-C-O-X, R-O-X, at Bob Cox Rocks. And then I think on Instagram it's hashtag Beelman or hashtag Beelman48. I'll have to look it up, but I'll have those credits at the end here. So, all right, thanks again for looking, and we'll see you in the next edition of free videos for solo fingerstyle guitar. Bye-bye now. Make sure to visit my website and also check out my Twitter and Instagram pages.